Welcome to Omasae, where nature and creativity meet to bring beauty into everyday spaces. Today, we're diving into the world of stone art, a garden element that's not only timeless and grounding, but also low maintenance and budget friendly. Stones have been part of sacred and serene landscapes for centuries, and they offer us a way to create a sanctuary that feels natural and enduring. Whether you're working with a spacious backyard or a cozy patio, stone elements can adapt beautifully to your style and environment. Unlike wood or plants, stones don't require watering or trimming, and they age gracefully with the passage of time. Their textures, shapes, and placements speak volumes without saying a word. Be sure to subscribe to Omasae for more garden inspiration like this. And if you enjoy this video, hit the like button and let us know your favorite stone idea in the comments below. Let's explore the power of stone art together. Stone art invites serenity into the garden in ways few other materials can. It grounds the space, slows the eye, and encourages mindfulness. But beyond that, it also offers remarkable design flexibility. For example, you can create a mosaic wall as a visual focal point, carve motif stones with calming symbols, or stack river rocks into tranquil towers that echo natural balance. Other ideas include forming circular seating areas around a central earth altar, embedding affirmations into engraved stones, or building barefoot paths for daily sensory grounding. Whether your goal is to reflect cultural traditions, create places for meditation, or simply make something beautiful, stone delivers. With 20 ideas in this video, each one shows how stone can elevate a garden from a simple space to a place of reflection, art, and quiet wonder. Let's explore these ideas in depth and help you bring them to life. One of the most visually satisfying combinations in a garden is rough stone paired with soft, living ground covers. Think of moss, creeping thyme, baby's tears, or low sedums weaving through the cracks of large stepping stones. This harmony of texture invites you to look and feel more deeply. The stone gives structure, while the ground cover softens and blurs the lines, making the design feel lived in and timeless. It's an especially effective strategy for sloped areas or narrow walkways. As seasons shift, the green thickens or thins, changing the balance and rhythm of the space. This contrast celebrates nature's duality, firm and yielding, strong and gentle. It's not only beautiful but ecological too, reducing soil erosion and providing habitat for insects. The stone becomes the frame, the plants, the living artwork. Imagine walking into your garden and being greeted by a vibrant tapestry made not from fabric, but from earth itself. A stone mosaic wall transforms blank vertical space into a canvas of texture and color. You can create patterns with pebbles, broken tile, or river stones, arranging them into swirls, waves, or even floral designs. This feature acts like a mural that changes with the angle of sunlight, becoming a living piece of art throughout the day. It's a great backdrop for a meditation area, a focal point for a dining patio, or even the highlight of an entry path. You can go bold with colorful stone or subtle with monochrome pieces that emphasize form over hue. Either way, it reflects both artistry and permanence. Building it may take time, but the result is a deeply personal and enduring gift to your outdoor sanctuary. Stones are keepers of memory and meaning, and when engraved with words, they become storytellers in the garden. You can etch short poems, favorite quotes, or single words like peace, breathe, or gratitude into their surface. These engraved stones invite pause and reflection, especially when placed along a garden path, beneath a tree, or at the base of a bench. They become quiet teachers, encouraging mindfulness without speaking aloud. You can use river rocks for their smooth surface or flat stepping stones for added visibility. Over time, moss and weathering soften the letters, enhancing their timeless presence. This idea is both personal and universal. It speaks your truth while resonating with others. It's a way to plant ideas in the soil of your space, letting them root in the hearts of those who walk by. Wild edges blur the boundary between cultivated garden and untamed nature. Using large boulders to frame areas planted with native grasses, wildflowers, or shrubs creates a look that is both intentional and free-spirited. These stones act as anchors, drawing the eye and providing contrast to the softer textures around them. This technique is perfect for naturalistic landscapes or transition zones between lawn and wild areas. The irregular shapes of the boulders provide homes for insects and shelter for small animals, enhancing biodiversity. Over time, moss and lichens may colonize the stone, further blending it with its surroundings. You can enhance this effect by using mulch or gravel that matches the tones of the boulders. The result is a space that feels organic, flowing, and deeply connected to its setting. Wild edges remind us that serenity often comes not from control, but from graceful coexistence. New stones are clean and fresh, but aged stones hold mystery and depth. Choosing stones that already show signs of age, or allowing your garden to age them naturally, brings a sense of story to the space. Cracks, chips, and discolorations are not flaws. They're signatures of time. Let lichen spread and moss grow. Resist the urge to scrub away nature's brushstrokes. These features tell of seasons past, of water and wind and sun. They remind us that beauty doesn't always shine. It often settles and softens. Whether it's a weathered bench, an ancient border stone, or a cracked sculpture, these pieces add gravitas. They ask you to look beyond the surface and find peace in imperfection. Nature offers us endless materials for temporary beauty, and one of the most meditative ways to use them is by creating mandalas. These circular, radial designs can be made by arranging small pebbles, dried leaves, twigs, petals, and even fallen berries in symmetrical patterns on the ground. While ephemeral, they bring a deep sense of harmony and intention to the garden. Mandalas work especially well in meditation corners or transitional spaces, like near the entry to a quiet nook or at the end of a path. You can refresh them seasonally, letting the patterns shift with what nature offers. Creating them becomes a reflective ritual, one that teaches impermanence and encourages slowing down. Guests will be surprised and delighted by their subtle beauty. These designs aren't just decorations. They are gentle moments of mindfulness made visible in your landscape. The pairing of stone and weathered wood creates a rustic dialogue between two of nature's most enduring materials. Driftwood, with its sinuous shapes and soft texture, contrasts beautifully with the solidity and density of stone. Together, they can form sculptures, natural fences, or abstract art pieces tucked into beds or along paths. Use flat stones as bases or backdrops for upright branches. Let vines or ground covers weave through the scene. This combination brings a wabi-sabi aesthetic to your garden, celebrating imperfection and the beauty of decay. These materials also age well together, evolving over time as moss, lichen, and weather leave their mark. Whether arranged formally or left to feel discovered, these natural combinations create focal points full of earthy elegance. It's like telling a quiet story of shorelines and mountains, brought together in one peaceful frame. Creating a path designed for bare feet is one of the most immersive stone experiences you can offer in a garden. Using smooth, rounded river stones set closely together, you create a path that massages the soles while inviting mindful walking. This path doesn't just lead somewhere. It encourages you to notice every step. Consider adding herbs like thyme or mint nearby, so each step is scented. The stones can be set in soft sand or between patches of grass to add more sensory texture. Over time, walking this path becomes a daily ritual of grounding and calm. It also adds a playful, interactive element that children and adults alike can enjoy, especially when placed near water features or in garden sanctuaries. This type of path reminds us to slow down and connect physically with nature. There's something deeply sacred about a circle, and when formed from stone, it becomes a timeless space for gathering, meditation, or quiet solitude. Living stone circles are made by arranging natural rocks in a circular formation, sometimes around a tree, fire pit, or water feature. The idea is to create an intentional space within the garden that feels safe, balanced, and grounded. You can use large stones as seating or arrange flat ones to form a floor for yoga or reflection. Over time, wildflowers and mosses may grow between the stones, blending structure with softness. In this space, rituals like reading, journaling, or silent reflection become more powerful. The circle acts as a container for calm, for gathering your thoughts or centering your energy. It's a design that transcends trends, one that feels both ancient and essential. One of the most poetic forms of stone art happens when we let nature take the lead. Allowing moss, lichen, and even ferns to grow over and around garden stones gives them a look of history, softness, and wisdom. These stones begin to feel like they've always been there, weathered storytellers within the garden. You can encourage moss by misting stones regularly and placing them in shaded, moist areas. Choose porous rocks like sandstone for better results. Over time, their green cloaks will create a sense of age and peace. Moss-covered stones are ideal for quiet zones, along paths, or beneath trees. As the seasons shift, these stones reflect changes subtly, bright green in spring, dappled in fall light. Their presence adds a deep serenity to any space, reminding us that beauty often grows in stillness. An earth altar is a spiritual and grounding focal point that transforms a small section of your garden into a sacred space. You can build it with large flat stones as a base, then decorate it with natural offerings, feathers, leaves, pine cones, or crystals. Place it beneath a tree or in a secluded area where it can serve as a personal space for intention setting, meditation, or quiet gratitude. It doesn't need to be religious, just intentional. Over time, your altar will evolve with the seasons and your own inner landscape. Incorporate candles or incense for ritual moments. These spaces become private sanctuaries for reconnecting with yourself and the earth. They remind us that the garden is not just a place to work, it's a place to remember what matters. Stone stacking is an ancient and meditative practice found in many cultures, symbolizing balance, mindfulness, and spiritual connection. Known as cairns, these stacks of smooth stones are often used as markers on paths or as quiet monuments in sacred spaces. In the garden, a stone stack adds vertical interest and invites pause. The act of stacking becomes a meditative ritual, selecting stones, feeling their weight, and carefully placing each one. The impermanence of the structure adds depth. It may fall in the wind and be rebuilt, reminding us that harmony is something we return to again and again. You can place these stacks near water, in entryways, or within a zen corner of your garden. Use natural, uncut stones to preserve their earthy, organic presence. Each arrangement becomes a gentle whisper from the landscape, echoing both stillness and movement. Stone pathways are more than practical walkways. They are opportunities for connection and mindfulness. A textured path made of irregular stepping stones, gravel, or mosaic tiles encourages slow movement and conscious steps. Choose natural stones like slate or sandstone that feel grounding underfoot. Incorporate gaps for moss or creeping thyme, allowing nature to soften the design over time. These paths can lead to focal points like a bench, pond, or tree, or simply meander for the sake of walking. The rhythm of stepping from one stone to the next helps quiet the mind, making these pathways perfect for morning strolls or evening decompression. You can add reflective elements like engraved words or symbols into select stones for added meaning. As your garden matures, the path becomes not just a way through, but a journey in itself, an experience of movement and presence. There's a kind of magic that happens in a garden when the sun begins to set. Stone sculptures, abstract, figurative, or natural forms, take on a new life as they cast long shadows across the landscape. When positioned thoughtfully, even simple stones can become kinetic works of art through the movement of light. Place them in areas that receive shifting sunlight, or near lanterns or uplighting to highlight texture. The shadows they create bring mystery and motion, extending their visual impact into the night. This idea is perfect for evening gardens or moonlit corners. Whether minimalist or elaborate, these sculptures become companions of time, marking the hours with graceful silhouettes. They're a reminder that art in the garden is as much about light as it is about form. Some stones are plain when dry, but become vibrant and expressive when wet. By using naturally porous stones or special finishes, you can create paths and features that reveal their true colors in the rain. This effect adds surprise and wonder to the garden, turning cloudy days into something to look forward to. You can even design stone patterns that only appear when wet, like hidden motifs or paths that glow with rich tones. Position these features where they'll get direct rainfall or connect them to a small fountain or misting system. Rain-activated stone is a subtle yet enchanting concept that deepens our appreciation of change. It celebrates impermanence and rewards attentiveness. Like life, these stones teach us to look closer when things seem dull. There's beauty waiting to emerge. Imagine using stones to mimic the night sky beneath your feet. A constellation garden arranges small to medium stones in patterns that echo celestial formations, Orion, the Big Dipper, or even your astrological sign. This can be a subtle nod to cosmic harmony or a deeply personal expression. These patterns work beautifully in gravel beds, dry creek beds, or as accents in a minimalist landscape. Use dark stones on light gravel for contrast, or embed star-shaped metal markers for sparkle. At night, low solar lights or glow-in-the-dark paint can make the stars come alive. The garden becomes a place where sky and earth meet, where you can feel rooted and expansive all at once. It's a poetic way to honor your connection to the universe, one stone at a time. A simple bowl of water with a few floating or partially submerged stones can become a focal point of stillness in your garden. This idea draws from Zen principles, small gestures that hold deep meaning. Use a wide ceramic or concrete vessel and fill it with smooth pebbles or a single elegant stone. The way water reflects and moves around the stone amplifies its presence. You can place this bowl on a pedestal, tuck it into a quiet nook, or make it part of a larger water feature. Add floating leaves or flowers for seasonal interest. The effect is meditative, drawing your attention into the present moment. Visitors will be tempted to stop and watch, even for just a few breaths. This is a low-maintenance, high-impact element that turns any spot into a sanctuary. From Celtic spirals to Moroccan mosaics, global cultures have long used stone in symbolic and decorative ways. Drawing inspiration from these traditions can enrich your garden with deeper meaning and visual interest. You might create a labyrinth path with embedded river stones, design a mandala pattern with broken tile, or build a dry stone wall in traditional Japanese or Scottish fashion. Research the symbols and meanings behind these designs to personalize your approach. Incorporating cultural elements with respect and understanding brings a beautiful fusion of art and story. These patterns can anchor a meditation space or define a ceremonial zone. They become bridges between your outdoor space and the wisdom of the world. Let stone connect you with both land and lineage. A stone bench positioned for stargazing is a poetic way to anchor your garden in the vastness above. Placed in an open area, perhaps beneath a tree canopy or beside a pond, this bench becomes an invitation to pause and look up. The solidity of stone provides grounding, while the view offers expansion. You can surround it with low-growing plants or aromatic herbs to enhance the sense of calm and comfort. Consider engraving a quote or star pattern into the bench surface for a personal touch. At night, add soft solar lighting or lanterns nearby to guide the way. This bench doesn't just serve as a seat, it becomes a personal observatory, a portal between earth and sky. Whether you're gazing at stars or simply enjoying the breeze, it transforms your garden into a place of quiet awe. A white rock garden transforms any space into a bright, clean, and calming retreat. These gardens use white gravel or stones as a base, reflecting light and creating a minimalist, airy aesthetic. You can use white rock as a contrast beneath sculptural plants like agave, black mondo grass, or bonsai, highlighting their form and color. This approach works well in courtyards, rooftop terraces, or narrow side yards where light is limited. Adding just a few well-placed black or dark gray stones creates dramatic contrast, emphasizing balance. White rock gardens also work beautifully in dry climates or as part of a low-water landscaping plan. Raked gravel patterns, simple stone sculptures, and sparse plantings make it a deeply Zen-inspired design. It's more than just pretty. It invites clarity, space, and mindful design. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the serene and soulful world of stone garden art. As you've discovered, stones do far more than sit quietly in the background. They tell stories, guide movement, and ground our senses in the beauty of the natural world. Whether you choose a symbolic stack, a white rock garden, or a poetic engraving, each idea offers a path toward creating a space of peace, reflection, and harmony. Stone art invites you to slow down, engage with texture and light, and reconnect with the rhythms of nature. It is both grounding and uplifting, solid and yet full of subtle emotion. We hope you feel inspired to experiment with your own creative stone expressions, big or small. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to Omasae, hit the like button, and share your favorite idea in the comments below. Until next time, may your garden continue to grow with peace, beauty, and timeless presence.